Hello, this is Dr. Jeff Kim, and I'm here at CABE 2023. For those of you who don't know what CABE is, it's California Association for Bilingual Education. And I love the theme for this year, Testimonios, the power of our stories, our art, and our dreams. I think if you thought about just the focus on bilingual education, maybe one would think foreign language, but language is connected to so much more than just words. It's connected to culture, it's connected to stories. So that word testimonios, testimonies, the power of your story, which is oftentimes found in language, or the power of stories found in art, or the power of stories found in dreams. One thing that I'm taking away from CABE 2023 is the power of voice. Whether it's voice through music, like I saw a group of mariachi singers coming up and singing solos and duets and using their voice to tell a story through music and through mariachi. One of the speakers that I heard, his name was Paulo, and what a powerful story he had of being a Vietnamese refugee and that transformation from refugee to a writer. So he's actually written a lot of different poetry and books as well. I actually purchased the book, A Different Pond right here. And what a great idea that when we think about student voice, how poems can be a way for a voice to be shared. Stories can be a way for voice to be shared. And stories that highlight the migration experience, stories that highlight the strengths and stories of resilience in others. Oftentimes these migrant stories are often not told. And so how beautiful it is that in this space we're learning and gaining ideas on how we can support our students with telling and knowing and telling their stories in so many different ways. Oftentimes when students don't know their story, it can be a place of shame for some folks when they don't know who they are, as they ask that question that young people are always asking, who am I? So for Bao, some of his inspiration actually came during the COVID-19 pandemic, as we saw two surges, one being COVID-19, the second being the pandemic of racism. So in the era of anti-Asian racism and xenophobia, some of his imaginations, his poetry, his books kind of emerged during that season as well. And it kind of reminded me of my own story of the Korean American Ethics course being created and begun during that season as well, to help others know and tell their stories. And as people know their stories and tell their stories, oftentimes as they use their voice in all these different ways we talked about to share their stories, it creates in that person, and I would also think in young people, a sense of agency as they're using that voice, this feeling like I can do something about my situation. And so that's why these stories are so important. That's why telling these stories are important, as it builds that resilience for today and also for tomorrow, for themselves, but also for others. And on day 3, I'll also have a chance to talk about the new Korean American Ethnic Studies course, stories of resilience as well. But just wanted to give a quick highlight shout out to some of the things I'm learning at CABE 2023.